Hello, all you wonderful people of the interwebs. I am the Zodiac Lord and doing more corruptions with the new microphone that I'm still trying to understand how to use. Yeah, corruptions. Woo. And how fitting is it that Fuse Day Tuesday last week was Jasper and Garnet, where Jasper won to fuse with Garnet, and now the corruption is Jasper. How fitting. If you couldn't tell, I did Lapis and I did Peridot, now I'm doing Jasper, which was kind of in order of appearance. And I don't know who I'll be doing, because I'm doing kind of the every 5 I do a fusion kind of thing, so I don't know what fusion I'm going to be doing. I've considered quite a few, but that one will hopefully be a nice little break because I won't have to come up with a specific animal. I can just fuse 2 animals together, basically. But yeah, so in case anybody didn't see my last video where I said this, or the last Corruptday Monday where I said this, I know there's probably a lot of people who are thinking like, well, why are you doing Jasper? Jasper's already corrupted in canon, because apparently a lot of people seem to think that. And to that I say, yeah, she was corrupted, but more of like, she was infected to me. I don't know how many people agree with that, but like, I mean, she fused with a corruption and suddenly she started getting corrupted and she started having the same blue and red spots that the corruption she fused with did. And also, I don't know if anyone can tell, but I'm pretty sure the corrupted Jasper that she fused with was an ocean Jasper, I believe, just based on the coloration. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is, just kind of based on the coloration of it. So I thought, okay, well, legitimately corrupted Jasper, I highly doubt would be blue and red, would have that same spotting with the blue and the turquoise and everything like that. So to me, I was just like, well, I mean, what if she was... I'd much rather do something like... I don't see why I can't do something where it's like, what if she was actually corrupted? Like, whenever all the other gems were corrupted, that she got corrupted, that she got corrupted with them, so, like, properly corrupted as opposed to, infected to corrupted, I guess. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to go for, and you can disagree with me on that logic, but I don't care. I do these for fun. So, I mean, hey, if you don't like it, I mean, you're free to just not do it or go do your own. I don't know. My only thing is, like, I'm fine getting people disagreeing with me and, like, critiquing me or saying, like, I kind of think, oh, dang it, sorry. Or, like, I think it would go, like, in a different direction kind of thing, which is fine, but if you're gonna get mad at me for, like, having my own headcanons, then I highly recommend that you go do your own then. I don't know. I find it very funny. A lot of times on my fusions, there's been many times where I've had people like... I know there was one. I want to say it was my Smoky Quartz 2.0. Or no, not version 1, I mean, because it was Rose and Amethyst. I think it was that one. Someone commented, like, months after I did it, because I did it a long time ago, or a little while back at least. And someone commented, like, oh, well, they wouldn't look like this. And I'm like, thanks. How do you know? And it just, I don't know, it makes me laugh because I feel like there's just these people who, like, go around thinking, like, oh, I know everything about Steven Universe headcanons. All of the ones I agree with are correct. And when they see, like, a different headcanon, it's just like, how dare you? That's not what would happen. That's a lie. You're, like, an idiot. I don't know. I find it hilarious, in all honesty. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the drawing now. I'm sorry. That was, like, it wasn't even a rant. It's just something, because I find it hilarious. But anyway, so for this one, I was thinking, because I was going off a pretty generic route. This one's not super original, I guess. Because if you look around at, like, any fan-made Jasper corruptions after that one episode, they all look pretty similar, which to me I find okay because, I mean, it's very reasonable logic, I think. for this. And I mean, I did it like, it's not like I went out and I looked at all these like, oh, well, I agree with this now. It was more like I had this idea and then I looked around and I'm like, oh, everyone else has the same idea. So, yeah. The idea was kind of like, because we have the two Jaspers in the actual canon. We have like the ocean Jasper and then the other one, which I'm pretty sure it's a Jasper, and I'm sure I've seen a Jasper that looks like that somewhere. I just can't tell you where off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree that they're both Jaspers. And my thought was like, okay, so I feel like our Jasper would probably look like those giant monster things. It just kind of seemed reasonable. But the question was like, then, okay, if I do that, then how do I kind of make it look like our Jasper and not like a carbon copy? Because if you actually even look at the two other Jaspers, they have differences. Like their hair's kind of different. Even their like their forelegs are their 4 feet hands are different. Like one of them has more claws, the other one has more of a hand. So I was thinking, okay, so how can I, and then they have like different horns on their heads and stuff like that. So for this one I was thinking, okay, perfect Jasper. When she was infected by the corruption, she started getting like, I think 5 horns. So I thought, okay, we'll do a Jasper that looks almost like it could be the king of those monsters, or the queen, or whatever you want to say, the leader, the alpha of those monsters. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. But so that's kind of the idea that I wanted to go with. So I gave the 5 horn looking crown kind of thing, and I also thought it might be kind of nifty if I put like, just gave her some of the little hair on her ankles, like you know how Clydesdales, like those big horses, those big plow horses have like the hair on their feet and stuff. I just thought that would be like a fun little touch. It would make her look a bit more unique and cool. And I don't know why. I also thought like I'm gonna give her 2 tails because I can, because I just thought it would be fun, and you know, just be kind of like, oh look, she's got 2 tails because she's cool. I don't know. And I also gave her the little spines on the back of her legs because I felt like I wanted a little bit more to spice it up a little bit, and so I thought, hey, why not do that? So I did. I also noticed while I was making this, I never realized this, the Jasper monsters don't look like they have hooves on their hind legs. They don't look like they have, their feet are different in the back. They look like they have hooves, which I didn't notice until I looked closer, and I was like, oh, those are drawn to look like, kind of like bull hooves in a sense. So I was like, well, that's nifty, and that was a lot easier for me. So that was something cool that I did. And so like, even thinking about it, you could kind of say that those Jasper monsters, like at first glance, they don't really look based on anything, but I guess just kind of looking at it, they almost look like they could be based off like, kind of vaguely based off of like bulls or something. So I don't know, I thought that was a fun little thing I noticed. And I decided to play around with it because we haven't seen what like Jasper's legs look like under the, you know, under her outfit or whatever. So we don't know like what kind of stripes she has there, if any. So I kind of made it up as I went, and I thought like, hey, little fun thing, why don't I give her like, allude to her actually having hooves by doing the coloration there to actually look different than like on the one where the leg was red at the bottom, I gave her like orange hooves, and then the other one vice versa. So I thought that was a cool little thing I noticed that I played around with. So this picture overall, I don't think it turned out terribly. I don't know if this is really my favorite corruption. I think my favorite corruption is still Sapphire, in all honesty. I rather like Sapphire. I tried to do something a bit different because I feel like I didn't want this one to look exactly like all the others, so I thought it'd be kind of like, Jasper's pretty violent, so I'll just make it look like there's claw marks everywhere, just to do a little bit something different with the environment. And I forced myself not to do a flipping sparkle effect because I like doing those for some reason. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it might be a little bit something different, you know, and I even had like some little texture marks. I guess they're blood splatters, possibly. I mean, that'd be pretty dark, but they could just kind of be anything, I guess. It's, you know, they're open for interpretation. But yeah, so I tried to do something a little bit different. I don't know if I particularly succeeded. I don't know, but this one definitely isn't my favorite of the corruptions I've done. But I don't think it turned out horribly, in all honesty. I mean, I think it still was a still kind of fun, you know. I mean, hey, Jasper's gonna be the fusion host for Tuesdays, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so this one was a lot more based off of canon than like Amethyst was. Like Amethyst, if you haven't watched that commentary paint, I went for basing her off of the Jasper monsters, but my idea was that all quartzes have a same basic kind of anatomy in a sense, but they have different themes. So like the Jaspers, like now in hindsight, are kind of like more bull-like, and then Amethysts I thought would be cool if they were like hyenas, which is funny. And I have to say this again though, but why do people still think I do nothing but cats? Everyone still seems to think that I just do nothing. Like on the last one I did of a Peridot, people were like, stop doing cats, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, does nobody notice that Pearl was a bird, Sapphire was a bird, Flippin' Lapis was a manta ray, Amethyst was a hyena, and for those of you who don't know, hyenas are not dogs nor cats. They are their own species, or their own group. And then so I swear, if I get another comment saying that, I'm going to flip a table. I don't know why people keep saying that. Like, the first one I ever did was a bird, I swear. But anyway, yeah, that's all for that little mini rant over. And so I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what you think about corrupted alpha Jasper here, and I will see you in the next video, whatever it may be. Zodiac out.